Hey guys, welcome to Game Informed Family. This is Game Informed Mom, and today we are checking out the museum level in Among the Sleep. We've already played all through the main story. We played the prologue, and now it's time to check out the museum. I have no idea what it is, so we're gonna find out. We're playing Among the Sleep as part of our Terror-tober event, Terror-tober 2020. We're going to play a handful of different horror games throughout the month, and hopefully we will get the crap scared out of us. Okay. So?
Hey, and welcome to Teddy's the Museum of Among the Sleep.
Is that it,
Go
Teddy?
on, take a look around.
Alright. Oh. Alright, I mean, I will shuffle through these, I suppose. And if you want to look at anything in particular, go ahead and pause the video. Because I am not going to read all of this. I mean, I love you guys. I do. Oh, wow. Check that out. That is creepy. No wonder it's so freaking scary looking. I mean, I love you guys, but that is a lot of reading. I'm thinking maybe this is like maybe an art book that was released with the game. I don't know. Or maybe it's just something they made for the museum. Wait, check this guy out with his little spiky hair. If you haven't already played through Among the Sleep or seen someone play through Among the Sleep, because honestly, once you've seen the cliffhanger, that's not a cliffhanger. Once you've seen the ending, I mean, the game is basically ruined. The game, in all honesty, has zero replay value. I mean, if you're looking for Steam achievements or, you know, PS4 trophies or whatever, sure. Is this all that the museum is? No, okay. You know, then yeah, okay, then you'd obviously want to play through the game a second time to get the stuff that you missed. But, so this is going to be checking out the museum while I review the game on the fly.
The prologue was added as a free DLC a couple of months after release of the game. It was made in collaboration with some of our fans and made to elaborate a little bit on what went wrong with the parents' relationship. That the mother was not simply evil, but rather that relationships are tough, and neither of the parents handled it well.
Okay. Yeah, so we're going to do an on-the-fly review. Normally, reviews I do not do on the fly. I do heavily scripted. I mean, I've got, you know, I know exactly what I'm going to say. Oh. Cool. Let's check this out. But yeah, no, I heavily script reviews. I don't do on-the-fly reviews. There's no way. They would be a hot mess. Like, this one is going to be a hot mess. Oh, that's the same pictures. Well, that's lame. You guys. Alright, we wanted to approach the prologue chapter differently than the rest of the game by making the environment open instead of a linear path. The players are free to explore the house in the order and pace they choose themselves. Again, the same pictures. Really, guys? I mean, at least give me something different to look at. You know, make me look at it all. But so overall, I mean, Among the Sleep, like I said, has zero replay value. Zero. Because once you know what happened, the relationship that they just talked about. So, okay, first off, we're going to assume that you know that there are going to be spoilers in this review, because there are going to be spoilers in this review. I won't spoil, like, the big spoiler, but there will be spoilers, okay? Just bottom line. If you don't want to see spoilers, then the game was good. If you haven't seen a playthrough of it, play it. And if you have, then
you're home.
The replay value is 0, so don't bother. But if you...
The team wanted to start with introducing the character of the mother, as well as the mechanics of the game. Starting with the kid's birthday was a way to both introduce Teddy in the form of a gift and showing how old the kid is.
Okay,
When night falls over the home is when you really start seeing the ways in which the child perceives reality while scared. A large part of the game is based on how children see and interpret what's happening around them.
You done, Teddy? Now I forgot what I was going to say. These are screenshots taken from the old house, back when the project was our bachelor thesis in school. The idea behind the layout was pretty much similar, but had a few deviations from the current one. You're creepy, Teddy. Can't do anything here. But yeah, so moving on. So one of our initial concept images. We think it communicates the premise of the game really well. Not in-your-face scary or threatening, but the eerie atmosphere created by combining innocent children's themes and the unsettling dark. And, okay, so yes, I'll talk about that instead. It very, very much is a creepy game. It's not outright scary. Not to say I wasn't scared many times, but it's the way that they do it. It's the sounds that you hear. There's such innocent sounds, like you'll hear a child laughing for a second, or you'll hear, the sounds of, somebody walking around the house. Get out of the way, you ball. Okay, well, that works. You'll see, or you'll hear, floorboards creaking. You'll hear wind when you're outside in the wooded area. It's such innocent noises that it shouldn't be scary. You shouldn't feel scared from those noises, and you do, and it's horrible. Excuse me. Because you know that these noises are not scary. So it very much sets an atmosphere of horror. And there are jump scares. There were a couple, but it's just that innocence, and then the darkness. Like they mentioned, the darkness is freaking scary in this game, because you've got that thing walking around, and like once you realize it, and that it's gonna kill you or eat your face, or I don't know, smash your head in. I don't know what it does to you, because it just turns black and you go back to the last checkpoint.
The playground.
That's
There's something
creepy.
walking around here, but you never see it. The passive threat keeps you on your toes, and at the same time creates the illusion that you might be safe for the rest of the game.
Yeah, don't ever feel safe in this game. Like, for real. Let's see what this is. Darkwing part folds under the light part. Okay. I don't even think I saw that. So I don't know what that is. Alright, let's see if we can get in front of this. This is actually kind of cool. So like, okay, let's talk about some of the other parts of the game. Like the scare factor, man, it is there. It is creepy. It is this world that, I mean, it's a house. Well, not all of it, but the beginning is a house. And the beginning is scary, just like the other parts. So, I mean, you're a toddler. You're walking around this house. Everything is so big, and you're so tiny, and you're slow. Oh, my God, you're slow. Oh, you're so slow. But, wow, that's creepy. The other aspects of the game. So, I mean, what else do you talk about in a review? You talk about graphics. I mean, the graphics, it's kind of hard to tell because it's really, really dark all the time. But, I mean, the graphics are decent. I mean, you know, the textures... See, those are the sounds I'm talking about. Like, you're just walking around all innocent-like, and then all of a sudden something like that happens. There's no words over here? Okay. Can we get up here? Really? You suck. So you play a nameless protagonist, by the way. You have no idea who this little boy is that you're playing. Alright, but yeah, so... I mean, the graphics are fine. The graphics, like, when you open a drawer, there's just a flat, like, texture. There's not, you know, like, you're in the kitchen, there's not, like, knives in the drawer or anything. It's a flat texture. There's knives and forks and whatever else is in the kitchen drawers, but it's just flat. So, I was a little disappointed with that, but I mean, come on, you know, this is, if I'm not mistaken, this was a Kickstarter game? No, I could be wrong on that. I hope I'm not, but yeah, my understanding is this is definitely an indie game, but if I'm not terribly mistaken, it was this game that was a Kickstarter game. So I mean, you know, if that's the case, I mean, dang, you guys, I'm impressed. That's cool. You actually walk across this at some point in the game, so that's cool. I liked that. Little xylophone. Those are the noises I'm talking about. It sets that atmosphere. So let's see, what else do you talk about in reviews? The graphics, I mean, like I said, the graphics were fine. They were more than sufficient for a game like this. You play most of the game in the dark. You don't see how pretty or not pretty most of the graphics are. You know, Teddy was not perfect, but he's decent. I mean, you know, all things considered, it looks pretty good. So environment. Well, we already talked about environment when we talked about the creep factor. I mean, because really those go hand in hand in a horror game. But the environments it's a house. You know, your first environment is a house. It's a house. A house is a house. You know, when you're out on the playground, I mean, it's a horrible, like, decrepit, run-down playground. So, I mean, can't really say the environment's pretty, but it looks good. I mean, it looks good for what it is. You know, again, that goes also hand in hand with the graphics. Let's see, what else do we talk about in reviews? Let's see. Voice acting. There is some voice acting. It's sufficient. This stump tunnel was unwrapped in ZBrush. Never again. Let's say we're happy a lot of the game is dark. See, and even, okay, that just brings right to my point. Things like this exist in the game. You know, they do. But at the same time, you know, like it's mentioned there, the game is dark. You don't even know it. So, what was I about to... I was about to talk about something, wasn't I? I was. Oh, voice acting. Yeah, I mean, there's some mom talks, but, I mean, you are an unnamed, unvoiced protagonist because you're a 2-year-old. So, I mean, there's not really much. In the main story, I don't recall ever hearing Dad's voice. Maybe, but I mean, the voice acting was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. Nothing stood out about it, but there was nothing wrong with it by any means. And I mean, as far as is the game okay? So bottom line, is the game worth $15? No, it's not. I mean, I beat this game, including the prologue. This is my 6th episode, and I do episodes between my goal is between 25 and 35 minutes. I don't always hit it. Sometimes I go long, but that's mostly because I lose track of time and just flat forget. Whoops, I'm already up. So, you're so short that I wasn't sure. I thought I was crawling. Oh, I don't... If that's in the game, I missed it. Okay. Wow. Another take on the puzzle was to untangle an armor from the roots blocking the door. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to do that. Would have been cool, but... Ooh, man, this is a wall of text here. I'll stand here for a couple of minutes. But yeah, no, I don't think that this game is worth $15. Now, I own the game on Steam. I got it through one of my probably Humble Monthly, or Humble Choice, I think it's called now. Possibly as a, an extra in a Humble bundle that I bought that I wanted whatever else was in it. I played briefly, very, very briefly on PS4. I didn't even make it out of the upstairs hallway because I got frustrated. I didn't know what to do, and I mean, there's absolutely zero direction given. And I didn't realize that I had to move the chair or the ottoman, whatever it is, to open the door. It was rather frustrating. But, that being said, I am so glad that I played this game. This is one of those, hidden gems. Because, I mean, people don't talk about Among the Sleep. This game is good. Does it play well? Gameplay could... I don't want to say it could use some work, because it's actually... I think that the game is what it was supposed to be. I really do. I think the game was... that it is what it was supposed to be, what they intended for it to be. I've never played a game as a toddler, and I don't remember being a toddler, so, I can't really say.
This is the forested home. It's a crumbling home that's slowly rotting away into the water and trees.
Teddy, you're in the way.
The house here is a symbol of the family and home falling apart. The bloated creature inhabiting it is how the kid sees his mother when she's drinking and full of sorrow.
Wow. Okay, so what were we just talking about? Oh yeah, the game is what it was supposed to be, I think. So I mean, as far as gameplay, it's not repetitive. It's not, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't stand out. I mean, you are a toddler, and that's weird, and you crawl. Crawling is actually faster than walking. You can run, but just for a very short amount of time. There's no HUD, which means there's no stamina bar, but there is a stamina meter. When you run out of stamina, or whatever they want to call it, you fall, and then you have to crawl for a few seconds. So, but I don't think that the game needs a HUD. Not saying that. I'm actually glad that there was no HUD, because I think that would take away from the scary factor, I guess. Let's listen to him real quick.
For each world the player goes through, the environment illustrates more and more the jumbling together of memories, and this place is a direct illustration of that mess. Most prominently, it's framed by the memory the child has from trying to hide in closets or any nook it can find. The monster in this place represents the mother when she is angry. It comes out when the kid is making a mess.
Okay, so let's talk about the ending of the main game. And you know what? I know that I said that I wasn't going to talk about the big, the ending, but I am. So if you haven't seen someone play it, but intend to play it yourself, or you just don't want it spoiled for whatever reason, I get that. Either mute the video and read what's here, or stop watching. So that is your warning. Spoilers ahead. Spoilers ahead. Alright, so that being said, I'm about to talk about the ending of the game. You have been fairly warned. If you're still here and you don't want spoilers, it is on you. So, okay, before I played the prologue, at the very end of the game, the very, very end, I thought, and I even said it on the video, that I was dead. I'm still not convinced that I wasn't dead. I mean, like, maybe that's why Mom is upset. But now I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry, I went through those really, really fast because I was talking. I'm pretty sure that I play a dead toddler. But, like, what Teddy just said about Mom drinking and Mom being angry when I make a mess kind of makes me wonder. Like, am I wrong? Did I misread the cues there? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Maybe I'm dead. Maybe Mom is just an alcoholic. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe I just misread the cues. Maybe I'm not a dead toddler, because that's a little morbid. I mean, if we're being totally honest. I hope that I'm not a dead toddler, but I'm a little concerned that I might be. Is that a pumpkin or it's a pumpkin? Alright. But yeah, so I'm not really sure, but Mom is definitely an alcoholic. I mean, like, legit, she is an alcoholic. And like in the first, no, not in the first. Well, I think it's in the, I don't know, it's in the house. It's definitely in the house. You find a picture that's like ripped in half that used to be a picture of Mom and Dad, but it's ripped in half and Mom's on one side, Dad's on the other side. So like, you know that something definitely happened, but you don't know what. And they never actually tell you what. So let's go ahead and look at these. Whoops. You know, if I read the stuff that I kept stopping in front of here in the museum, I might actually find out whether or not I'm dead or if my parents just got a divorce because Mom's an alcoholic. But I'm not reading it, so... Alright, let's talk to Teddy and then we'll look at all this other stuff.
Oh, there you have me. Or old me. As now I'm just a floaty version in your memory, of course. Also, here are all the characters in Among the Sleep, old and new. Some are not used and some are hard to see because of the various tricks and lighting we did to obfuscate them.
You done talking, Teddy? I don't trust you. Alright, so there's oh, wow, looks like... I mean, what happened to you here, Teddy? Alright. Wow, wall of text. But you know, I pretty much have nothing else to say as far as a review, so we're just gonna go ahead and finish going through the museum, and I'm sorry, but I am not reading these walls of text. My throat already hurts from recording this entire game in one night. Not that it was, you know, it was just a couple hours, but... So let's check this guy out. Oh my. Oh my. Can we check out the pictures? Oh, there's Teddy before, you know, he got his... Excuse me, before he got his neck broken. Didn't happen that way, by the way. Okay. Wow. That's scary. Alright. Okay, having a very demonic process, alright. I think that Teddy was creepy. I mean, like, just the things that he said and the way he looked at you and the way he looked in general, he was creepy. I don't feel like it says here that they wanted Teddy to feel like a cozy, warm, and friendly companion, almost grandfather-like. Yeah, no. Sorry, guys. No. Teddy's creepy. Yeah, Teddy's creepy. That is creepy too. These, man, this thing is scary when you are out there in the world with it and it's coming after you. And oh my god, look at its toes move. It's got toenail. Oh, that's so gross. Oh, Mom. There's Mommy. Alright, I will read this one. The mother was one of the first characters that we designed. Her 3D model was remade and tweaked a few times, but overall she has remained very similar throughout the entire production. The blueprint and model renders is how she looked when it was still a school project. The goal of her design was always to find a look of loving kindness and care for her. Despite her personality transformation and neglect, she never stopped loving her child. Yeah, so just some of the things that have been said, I'm kind of like, okay, did the toddler not die? That thing was scary, okay? Did the toddler not die? And I just read that totally wrong? I don't know. Oh wow, the thing actually has a name. I didn't know that the furnace monster had a name. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Yeah, the furnace monster was pretty scary. These are from, this is all from the prologue now. On this corner is anyway. And then these, I don't have any idea. Teddy gun. Pretty sure there was no gun in the game. One idea for Teddy was that he could equip items that granted him abilities. Yeah, that was taken out. Some of those were a dragon mask that made him breathe fire, a sword he could fight with, a mage's hat that gave him spells, and a wristband great strength. Oh, that must be the stuff. Oh, that's Mom. Wow, that's something. Oh my. That looks like, oh my god. I can't remember. I can't remember what I think that looks like. Let's read this one. I think we should be coming up on the end of the museum because we're doing concepts that didn't make it and DLC. These are all creatures that were designed very early in production. There wasn't a sudden decision to cut these from the game. They all naturally phased out as we gradually shifted the game's genre from an adventure game with horror elements into what the game is today, which is kinda the exact opposite. Yeah, it really kind of is. What worlds did these rejected creatures inhabit? Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. There's a lot more. Alright, we're gonna just quickly go through this because we are getting a little bit on the long side. Our first environments reflected more of an adventure or quest, exploring an ominous and threatening world, yet more whimsical. Alright, behind the house was a forest. The forest led to a meadow. The meadow into a thorny jungle with odd, one-eyed monkey-looking things out to get you if you didn't stay in the light of the luminescent mushrooms. Oh wow, that's cool. That's a white picture. Under the forest waited an underworld of tunnels made by giant worms, and great halls of crystals guarded by rock giants. Oh my. That's creepy. That looks like something from like Emily Wants to Play or something. A world that was cut before we did anything more than concepts and a rough white box block out was a life-size dollhouse with a myriad of creepy dolls stalking you in the dark. I am so glad that was taken out. I mean, you do not know. Alright. Yep, this looks like our last room.
Ah, my
Maybe.
favorite place. I felt we really connected here, you know? A bit of a breather between the various bad, nightmarish worlds we went to. Also, I was able to talk a lot here, as elsewhere the developers were concerned about keeping the tension up and didn't want me to say too many things. Also, I kind of get quiet when scared, so it's okay and all, but I liked best the times we had to catch up.
Alright. I was waiting for him to keep talking. The text was cut off, so I didn't know if there was more or if that was everything. Can we open this still? Oh, yeah, we can't. Okay, you know what? I put this block in this thing. I don't know how many times. I want that block in there.
This is the reveal. This is where you see your mother for what she is, and the player gets to connect the various monsters and sights through the game.
Yep, there she is with her bottle. Welcome to the world that bit the dust. Oh, wow. Okay, too slow. There we go.
Originally, the chase for the mom was a MacGuffin. You did not really find her, and the monsters used her to lure you further into the dreamlands. And we struggled for some time to make sense of this story, especially the playtesters were confused as the story ended without you seeing your mom again.
Alright, is there somewhere over here? Why is it all so tall? Oh. Wow, this museum is huge. But we've been here, haven't we? Yeah, we've been here. Okay, so I feel like we took a wrong turn. Why am I going so slow? Oh my gosh. There we go, I think. Let's see where this door leads. I think we might be done with the museum. Yep, that's Mom. Yeah, we are. We made it back around. Right? Because that's the only doors, yeah? Oh, what is this? What does this steam-powered Copperfield steampunky nonsense relate to, you ask? Well, proceed to see the old ending of Among the Sleep. Let's do it.
Now here is something truly special. Want to see what the game almost was at some point? This is an old version of the story's conclusion, and it's been something we have not shown anybody except a few testers in the early days. You might say here, I got to have more fun than in the original ending. Come in and see.
Alright, let's do it. I did not know I had control. I thought it was a video. What is... Can't ever get out.
Hello. Much better. Extraordinary. Round and round and round. Spices go in. Five little animals live on a steep, steep hill. A snail that dreams of climbing trees, but never will. A hungry, starving hippo whose gummies are red, and her best friend seagull lying lifeless and dead. And now for the main ingredient. Thank you. You did very well. I will enjoy you very much.
Well, okay.
Now here is something
He says the
truly
same thing.
special.
I mean, wow. That was...
Want to see what the game almost
that
was at some point?
crazy.
This is an old version of the story's conclusion, and it's been something we have not shown anybody except a few testers in the early days. You might say here, I got to have more fun than in the original ending. Come in and see.
Wow, that was crazy. That was a lot darker than what we saw. So I am still on the fence on whether or not Mom is just an alcoholic, and yeah, I don't know. But either way, if you stuck around this long, thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Sorry, scary, creepy noises behind me. Outro, that's what I was doing. Yeah, so if you want to see more of Terrortober 2020, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you know when we publish a new episode of whatever game is next in the series. And as always, thank you so much for watching. We so appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next series.